Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with Swimming in the Deep End 2021-2022 San Jose Sharks season. Jeff, it's been a terrible start. Well, an okay start. We're 8-14-0.
No, I'd go with terrible.
Basically sitting not in last place, but just above it. Pretty big disappointment. We have remade the roster further, grabbing Ilya Sorokin on waivers to boost our goaltending. And then we made a big trade. Adding...
And Anze Kopitar, who so far in 6 games has yet to produce a single point for us.
Fantastic. So, yes, our lines have been mixed around. Hi, Sharpie. Thanks for coming out. So, again, sorry about the delay. We signed a couple more guys to try and build. We grabbed Alex Killorn because he was on waivers, I believe. So we should have guys who are scoring. We just haven't found that happening yet. Part of that reason, I think, is because we've lost Erik Karlsson, which has hurt. And he is injured again, I believe, for...
Just day-to-day?
He's
should be
down
back
to
anytime now?
Yeah, so that's good news. But we're fighting an uphill battle here. So we got a game versus Detroit. Hello, P-Wog, because I'm assuming you're still in the chat. And happy to see Detroit doing so well in the save. So we're just going to kind of sim right through it because we don't need to waste time. And we actually pick up, wow, not just a win, a big win. We put the beat down on Detroit and beat them 7-2. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, who we more recently signed, I believe, had 3 assists and is the number 1 star. Anze Kopitar heard you bashing him and picked up 2 points as well. Goal and assist.
Yeah, and Van Riemsdyk is kind of just on the bubble for getting sent down when Carlson's back, so it's going to make that a little harder to do.
Yeah, that's what we needed to finally turn things around. Logan Couture converts to left wing. Hooray! And we continue on.
But yeah, we got a couple of guys like Meyer and Couture are on track for maybe 30, 35-point seasons, which is about half the production we got out of them last year.
Well, we did get rid of some of our grit on defense.
So yes, we do have a lot of young guys developing on D that are going to need more playing time.
Yes.
Bean and Merkley and I guess Fleury too.
Yes, we did add some significant draft pieces as well. So our defense in the next year or two are gonna have a pretty big.
And hopefully we won't be fired before that happens.
I don't get fired in my streams, Jeff. That's only on the other weeks.
Let's all remember that.
Sharpie says, favorite time of the week. You guys are awesome. Well, thank you, Sharpie. Glad you enjoy it. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. We're fighting. I mean, even Seattle's better than us this year. That's kind of a disappointment. Board confidence update. Let's see here. Oh, Erik Karlsson's ready. Almost ready. We'll wait till he's fully healthy. Hassan Plato thinks this season has been a great success so far and the team is in outstanding shape. However, the team has not been successful in the last few weeks. The performance needs to improve significantly. Your record is only 6-10-0. However, despite your good performance, he's concerned about your work. So we need success. So what is our job security? Taking a quick peek then. We're about 50%, 60%-ish. So yeah, we're going to need to get on a bit of a winning streak.
One losing streak, you could be in trouble.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we'll keep going here. P-Wog, you just missed us beating up Detroit. You can see it in the top corner if you're quick. 7-2 win. And yes, again, apologies for the late stream. If you're catching this on YouTube, then you might notice that the stream's a little bit shorter because we're probably not going to go for the full hour right now. But Adam hit a blue screen of death just before the stream was going to start. Because, you got to have fun sometimes, Jeff.
Yep, and apparently that somehow resets you back to an old version of FHM on Steam, and then because we just opened the public beta for the final update, and was 2-3 attempts to get back to finally figure out why you couldn't get back to that.
Yes.
Before we finally did.
So yes,
Rangers and Bruins off to a big start.
Yeah, Miguel Grigorenko is ready. We're going to put Grigorenko on the trade block. I'm not expecting to get anything for him.
No, he's cheap. He's got a little bit of value.
But somebody might want him. We could also try just shopping him around, I guess. But he's hurt right now, so I'll have to wait.
Yep. But it's only day to day. It won't be long.
Yeah, game versus Seattle. Actually, just taking a look here. We're at 23 players. Okay, so Carlson's still not quite ready to come back, but who is going to get sent down? Maybe it'll be Grigorenko getting sent down anyways. Well, that's not actually a bad idea. P-Wog says we should stream up before the NFL draft. I don't think that's quite going to work. I think there's probably a OTP stream on anyways. And although I've been busy, I am still planning on getting... Oh, we picked up another win versus Seattle. 3-0 shutout win for Sorokin. And he's finally getting hot. That's good news for us. Kaloran scores, Hurdle scores, Merkley scores. Guys are starting to fire. I like it. But yes, if you're not following us on twitch.tv/franchise hockey manager, you should do so as well. Because at some point we will do some streams on there or be co-streaming. I am planning on getting some hopefully more weekday streams, or at least weekend during the day streams to help out some of our European followers. Although that channel will probably focus on more tutorial things. Because, we want to make sure people know and enjoy playing the game.
Yep. So when Carlson's back, who are you looking at sending down? You've got 7 defensemen up right now.
I don't mind us carrying seven or 8 defensemen because we have some guys who are dealing with tiredness. What is that word on the game? Because I'm drawing a complete blank.
Fitness.
Right now. Fitness. Thank you. Dealing with some fitness issues, including Carlson himself. So carrying 8 defensemen and only 1 extra forward is not a bad thing to me.
But you're 23 players total, so
well, that's why I said we can get rid of Grigorenko.
Oh, that soon. Although you've got the only waiver exempt guy on the forwards is Schmolevsky.
Well, let's just shop Grigorenko around, see if we get anything.
And the only waiver exempt defenseman is Merkley, and that's not going to happen.
All right, so we got a bunch of offers here, so let's see. Montreal offers a 5th round pick for Miguel Grigorenko. That's not terrible. Toronto offers a 5th round. Detroit offers 31-year-old defenseman Dmitry Kulikov. No, thank you, Detroit. 21-year-old forward Johan Soger. No, thank you.
Montreal's pick is going to be higher, by the way.
All right. That gets us out of it. We signed him to a 2-year deal, too, right? How about Philadelphia's at 29 points? It's not bad.
No, they started strong.
Calgary. Oh, Calgary's offering. They're 7-12-2. Or 7-12. Yeah, 7-12-2.
Yeah, that might be the best one.
Tampa Bay.
Do you want to
Bay
put them in the same division?
Is actually 8-13-1 because they've traded away and lost so many guys because of cap issues. So that's a possibility. A lot of no's. Winnipeg offers a 5th round pick, but they're absolutely not. They're at 32 points of the last 4 games.
I think so far I would go with the Montreal one, just because I don't want to put help Calgary any.
Oscar Steen. Okay, so not Calgary. Well, we still have Tampa Bay we could take. or Philadelphia.
Well, Montreal and Tampa are about even. Not Philadelphia. Philadelphia's doing much better than the others.
All right, so Chicago was another one, but we're going to reject them because they're in the same conference. Toronto, we're not sending them to Toronto. So Montreal's 10-10-1. Tampa Bay is 8-13-1. All right, we'll send them to Montreal.
Oh, okay, I didn't think there's that much of a gap. Maybe Tampa then?
Too late. We're sending them to Montreal.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Got out of that contract pretty quickly. He wasn't really fitting for us. I mean, in 18 games, he had 2 assists. That's not anything that great. So now we have room to bring Carlson back. Ooh, yeah, I don't want to send him down to the Barracuda. All right. Carlson is sitting at 80%. Jake Bean's actually down to 61, so we're just going to immediately throw Carlson in for Jake Bean. Play the game versus St. Louis. Playing Sorokin in the back-to-back, and we lose. Oh, man, 4-1 loss. All right. Taking a look back here at our lines, actually, now. We are going to lock in all our forwards because we don't want to move anyone at this moment. All right, so that puts Ferraro, Carlson, Dylan, Burns, Van Riemsdyk, and Merkley, which leaves us... Jake Bean's currently out because he's 2 stars, but he can come in for... he'll come in once he's healthy anyways.
Yeah. Maybe start. I'll work him, Van Riemsdyk, and Dylan in and out. I'd like to give Ferraro enough time to develop because he's still got another full star to go.
Well, we want to play to win here too, don't forget.
Oh, we're going to have to.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still way out of a playoff spot?
Yeah.
Seattle, surprisingly, well, they've slipped a little bit, but although they did sign Ovechkin as a free agent. That's probably what's driving most of that.
Vadim Shipkayov came back and is playing with the Rangers and got put on waivers to go down to the AHL. I feel like that's not going to end well.
I think I toned down. This game we started right after release, so I think I toned down his ratings in the current database quite a bit. So he's less likely to come over like that.
There was somebody who was trying to argue or put a case for it, I guess maybe is a better way to say it, on our Discord, which you can find the link to our Discord in our Twitter bio, which is @FranchiseHockey. Or if you have the game open, you can also find a Discord link there. That they thought the Red Wings draft pick from this past year, their first rounder, Sider, should be ranked more highly in the game.
Yeah, everybody thinks their team's pick should be ranked more highly.
Well, he said with how he's playing, and I understand the argument, but I said, well, what is his current rating? And he says, well, he's 2-star talent currently, 4-star potential. I said, well, that's not exactly bad. I mean, that's kind of what you want to see and expect. Said a 2-star talent is somebody who is ready to play in the NHL.
And he hasn't actually played in the NHL this year, so...
Yes, he has put up very gaudy numbers in his current league. which,
Sweden.
yeah, the SHL.
But yeah, no, I'm not looking at his internal numbers now, and see, maybe one thing I might change up is change his development speed a little bit and adaptability to in light of what he's done. But no, his numbers are fine where they are.
Okay, so we're taking Van Riemsdyk out. Is that what we agreed upon?
For now.
And we'll put Jake Bean in. Puts Jake Bean with Ryan Merkley on our third pairing. Yeah, I think that's the right spot for him. Game versus Minnesota. We won't change anything else. Submit out, and we pick up another win. 2-1 victory in overtime. Anze Kopitar scores both goals.
Finally.
Leading us to victory. Jeff, just because Pewog brought it up in the chat, I know I've probably asked you this about 100 times, but you are a bit of an NFL fan, right? Not huge, but somewhat an NFL fan, right?
Yeah, Bucks fan actually. So it was, nice to win the Super Bowl, but it felt kind of like cheating this year.
Well, it was very interesting to read that they said it's the first time in the modern era that the team that has won the Super Bowl has brought back all their coaches and all their starters, which is insane. But no, do you follow the NFL draft at all? Are you interested in
I haven't been watching it this year. I've been a little busy with FHM right lately.
Why? I don't understand. Has something been going on? It's
a little bit of work to do.
It's a thing that even though I don't follow college football that much, I still get totally invested in my favorite team, watching them and see who they draft. So, and I guess we should also too maybe talk about the other big NHL news.
Which one, the Duran thing, or?
Well, I mean that's an important one, I guess too. It's not sure what's going on there.
Say about there, yeah. Hope everything's good with him.
Yeah, definitely. No, what I was thinking was the big news for their secondary TV deal in the U.S.
Oh, right, Turner.
Turner, yeah. Which is
knock the wrestling show off a Wednesday night. Sounds like.
Interesting to see what.
Yeah, I know. It's not like they're doing fine with contracts and everything. It just feels like maybe sort of a half step back to be, having the games on TBS.
Well, they said the big appeal to it was it's a 7-year deal, which means it's ending at the same time as the NFL one, which they don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's better than a 10-year deal. But one of their major things is they want to move away from what NBC was doing in terms of the content NBC was providing and want to move much more towards kind of the basketball angle of like talking more about players. Red Flyers, welcome. And, getting a few more of those stories. And having
Red Flyers, if anybody's watching, streams FHM pretty regularly too. So if you like our show, you may want to take a look and follow him too.
All I see is him complaining on Twitter all the time about things happening. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm really curious to see what they do, and still a decent chunk of money. I mean, they're making it's about $700 million a year. Or something close to that now for their 2 TV deals. Back-to-back games versus Vancouver and Minnesota. So Sorokin's in net for the game versus Vancouver. We sum it out, and 3-0 victory over Philip Grubauer and Vancouver. Logan
could change goalies again, apparently.
Well, Thatcher Demko ended up in Seattle.
Did he? They wound up. Oh yeah, that's it. That's actually something we changed in the patch. The logic that they were using for expansion draft and waiver draft and interleague draft in the years that had them for setting the protected list for goalies was a little bit weird. So I changed that. If we ran that waiver draft over, they probably wouldn't be getting either one of those guys in goal.
Expansion draft. Expansion draft. Red Flyers, it's only true. Come on. Don't be mad. All right. Let's see if we can get back-to-back wins here. Might be the first time this season. Sum it out, and we do. Brossois comes in and cleans it up. 3-2 victory again. Brendan Dillon scores on the power play. Kevin LeBlanc scores 2 goals.
Rare Brendan Dillon goal.
Interesting players on waivers. Lots of interesting players on waivers. Most of our goalies are up to 2 heats. Gustav Forling is on waivers as well as Jesper Selgren. Gustav Forling's a little bit interesting, but I don't think we really need him.
No, just to be redundant with what we've had. How's the Barracuda doing?
It's a good question. I'll look in a minute. Red Flyers, I feel, after I saw you send that Twitter video, or Twitch video, I thought about if I should dig back to the FHM archives and show you what happened in the very first stream series Jeff and I ever did, which was the Winnipeg Jets, way back in FHM 2.
Oh, that was the playoff collapse, wasn't it?
That was the playoff. Everybody got injured.
Right.
We lost our entire top 6 and all top 6 of our defensemen and our goaltender, I think it was. It was insane.
Which actually brings up another topic that's in the upcoming update in the beta version that we released today. If you want to have a look at it, there's now an option, and Adam, you can probably show this file setup options.
Yes, we did show it a couple streams ago, but yes, we can look at it again.
You can adjust the injury frequency.
Red Flyers, holy cow. FHM giveth and FHM taketh away. Yeah, if you go back, that was the first time that I got really animated on the stream, and it's interesting going back. I wouldn't recommend it for very many things, but you can go back and you can see just how bad that was, because it was just every single game something happened and we just lost guys. But I'm pretty sure we lost all 6 of our defensemen and all of our top forwards and our goalie, and we still went to a 7th game in the Stanley Cup. All right, so first things first. So to check how to change that setting, as Jeff said, you go to File, you go to Setup and Options, and you can see injury options here, injury frequency. It's currently set to normal, but now you have options of few, very few, almost none, and none.
Notice that there's no option to increase them because nobody's ever asked for that for some reason.
Jeff, that sounds like a great idea. Let's crank it up. And now as well, the Barracuda. So Martin Jones is in net, because we're paying him $4 million to sit in the AHL. To the American Hockey League. And standings, and taking a look here, the San Jose Barracuda are 15, 13, and 2, sitting right in the middle of the pack of the Pacific Division.
Pretty good start for them, better than us at least.
Yeah, not bad so far. All right, game versus Pittsburgh here. Leave Sorokin in net. You're not going to change anything else. Everybody looks fairly healthy, and we lose 4-3 to Pittsburgh. Come on, man. Tyler Ennis is kicking around Pittsburgh, apparently. Timo Meyer had 2 goals. We were, okay,
That's
actually,
good. He
you know
started
what?
pretty slowly.
Look at this. We were down 4-0, and we mounted a comeback.
Just didn't quite come back all the way.
And it got to 4-3 with 16:47 gone. So we had 3 minutes to try and score. That's not too bad. Not great, but not too bad.
Meyer had an assist too.
All involved. At least we're starting to get some points scored.
Also got the Beijing Olympics coming up in a couple of months in game. So I'm wondering which of our guys are going to wind up going in that. You figure Sorokin would be going for Russia.
So,
Probably
Jeff,
backing up Vasilevsky.
Here's the better question. We know that the NHL has agreed with the Players Association that they'd like to try to go to the Olympics, but there is no agreement in place for the NHL players to actually go to the Olympics. And time is apparently ticking down on whether they will also actually go.
Theoretical possibility that there might be some kind of Western boycott of the Olympics, which would make the whole thing immaterial. Well, at least for some of the countries, you'd assume the Russians would go.
6-5. Oh, they don't have an official country. They're just Olympic athletes from
Russia. Oh, right. They're still they still banned?
Yes. They were banned again, I think. Okay, so we gave up 40 shots to Vancouver and lost 6-5, but we generated 50 shots. So I don't even know what to say to that.
Where they got a late goal too, didn't they? Check the third period.
Not really. 12 minutes.
No. Yeah.
So basically nobody played defense and everybody went offensive. That's a very interesting strategy we have there.
It would be a fun game to watch, unless you're a goalie.
Absolutely. But yeah, I guess it was Elliot Friedman's 31 Thoughts on Sportsnet talked about the time running out and how the IOC is currently more focused on trying to get the Tokyo games off, but that might cause NHL players not to go.
So it'll be another 4 years before we see that.
Yes, and we know how excited people will be if we remove the ability to take NHL players.
Well, whatever happens, we'll do it. But
okay, both of our goalies are at 66, 65%. All right, I guess Sorokin's going to stay in net. We'll see what happens here. And we lose 3-0 to... After putting up 50 shots, we only get 18 the next night.
Their arms are sore after...
but we give up 40 to Boston.
Sorokin was the first star.
Well, he should
One
be.
other new thing. I don't know how it's going to work with this save, but we added some... we've had some additional advanced stats. And, well, it's not really an advanced stat, but we're tracking the star selections now.
Which was something people have requested.
I think I might have done that retroactively for this save because we updated partway through it. So I'm just looking at it and it has.
All right, new one. Interesting. More guys on waivers. Not really. And we're currently sliding back in the Pacific. We are now 14 points behind first place.
Forget first. Worry about the playoff spot.
Seattle is actually 16-12-3 now.
Uh-huh. It's not quite Vegas numbers in their first year, but pretty good.
right, game versus Washington. We're going to give Sorokin the night off still because he's still tired and put Brossois in. And we lose. Come on, guys. You got to score more than one goal. Couture scores the first goal. 2 more goals are scored for them to take a 2-1 lead in the first period. And then nothing else happens. Mario Ferraro with a 38 offensive game rating. Fantastic. Donato with a 48 defensive game rating.
Good game out of Carlson, at least.
Yeah. And continuing on. And wow, we are now 10 points behind LA for 5th in the Pacific.
And that's not even a playoff spot.
No. Not looking great, Bob. Not looking great. We're going to need a big run here.
Still 3 months from the trading deadline.
And we pick up 1 win, 5-4.
Breaks the losing streak at least.
In a shootout. And Couture just got hurt. He's day-to-day. So we'll replace him with Gregoire, who is just going to step in right for his spot. Game versus New Jersey. Sim it out, and we actually pick up a win. Corey Crawford is still, funnily enough, playing in this game because he hadn't retired yet when we started it.
Nope.
5-3 victory. Not bad. And we actually made up a little bit of ground. We're only 8 points behind LA, but we're actually 2 games ahead of them, so maybe not. All right, head-to-head game versus LA. Actually, Ferraro's down to 71%, so we're going to back out here and put in...
Yeah. Is Van Riemsdyk still sitting out?
Yeah. Place with Van Riemsdyk's just going to jump in. Everybody else is mostly okay. And versus LA, we actually pick up a 5-2 win. Anthony Duclair with a goal and assist. Jake Bean with 2 assists.
We're getting a little closer.
Riemsdyk picks up an assist as soon as he jumps back into the lineup. Dude wants to play.
I did start the season by going -10 in our first, his first 13 games. So
not all of that was his fault. You said you had your advanced stats. What were his advanced stats when we started this game a month ago?
Which ones do you want?
Corsi and PDO.
PDO was 95, third worst on the team. So had some bad luck. Relative Corsi was the... Where is he? 6th, 7th worst.
All right, Jeff, for somebody watching this stream and going, what advanced stats? What are you talking about? What do those mean?
If you want to show them, look on the switch the info menu there.
Oh, well, now I got it. Well, give me a minute as I'm loading through.
But yeah, basically, Corsi's Corsi basically looks at the number of shot attempts by each team that occurs while this guy's on the ice, and the theory being that if you're shooting a lot more than the other team, you've got offensive control more and you're doing better. And there's also Fenwick, which is the same thing as Corsi, but it leaves out block shots.
Yeah. Now, each advanced stat tells a bit of a different story, too. And again, advanced stats are not the be-all, end-all, but they help build a picture. I like using PDO, and why I asked Jeff for PDO is one of them, because PDO is really, and Jeff, maybe you have the description right in front of you while I'm just cleaning out this last bit.
Basically, it's a combination of
a lot of it is luck.
The team's save percentage defensively plus their scoring percentage offensively while that player's on the ice. And the idea is the higher that is, if it's above 100, it's an indication that the player's had a little more better luck than average. If it's below 100, it's he's had worse luck than average right now. And so Van Riemsdyk at the start of this was 95. So his luck he wasn't really overachieving. You could sort of expect him to go up from that point, although it's not really far down.
All right, we're seeing some good development here. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, and it's important to understand luck, because puck luck is absolutely a thing in hockey. And if you're not getting bounces, it does make a big difference. Oh, Artemi. I can never say this name, Jeff. The Russian defenseman on the AHL team.
Knyazev
is up to 2 stars. I don't think he was before.
And that's another thing, Ved. You can see in the development report, the stars are listed right there after the age. But thinking about adding a tracker so we could see exactly when the star rating increases by half a point. The problem is that's just a bit of a drain on memory.
You know what, Jeff?
OTP does that. We'll maybe take a look at how they're doing it and if it'll work for us.
As you say that, it doesn't show up the star ratings for guys going down in stats.
Oh, so it doesn't, yeah. Missed that. That's something we can fix for the final update. Make a note.
Aha! Again, wouldn't be a stream as we go by. Okay, so how you see advanced stats, you need to go to your roster screen. And then if you use the drop-down box here, you can see stats, and you can see stats advanced and advanced 2.
And advanced 2 is a new one we just added in the update, in the beta version of it.
So if you hover over them, you can see it gives descriptions of exactly what each stat kind of means to give you a good idea. Corsi, I was always kind of good to know too, just because it, above 50 is good, below 50 isn't great.
Of course, no, that's you want the relative number that compares the two.
Yeah, I know, but you can still look at
It's
either
it's
way.
it's but no, and it's on or off. Real relative compares how the team does when the player is on the ice versus to how it does when he's off.
No. So nice little things to look at and give you a little bit more information. And something NHL teams are doing very consistently. Sometimes it's funny because some of the older school coaches, they say don't use the advanced stats, but some of them use more advanced stats than what.
I mean, most teams have a guy on staff now to keep track of that stuff.
Or multiple guys.
Yep.
So. All right, board confidence update. Despite the fact we've actually gotten better, we went 7-6-0. We're still concerned about how things are going. So taking a quick look at our job security, we're hovering, we might have dropped down to 50% there. Oh, let's get Couture back in the lineup. Because we need him in the lineup. And all right. Back-to-back games here versus New York Islanders and then Pittsburgh. Now let's give Sorokin his revenge game. And he picks up the win 4-3. We win again in overtime.
They're slowly turning us around.
Long way to go. Long way to go. Okay, it still says there. Anthony Duclair just got injured because Jeff had to say that. So what happened? He's missing 5 weeks.
Let's declare. I mean, it's going to happen eventually. How many times did he get hurt last year? Actually, I can look that up.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to hit. Let's look at our depth chart here.
5 injuries last year. And that was in a space of roughly, September through January.
Okay.
Oh, no, September. No, I'm looking. It's out of order. September through April. But yeah, 5 separate times he got hurt last year.
Do we want to just bring up... Okay, let me rephrase. Tristan Robbins has gotten up to 2 stars. Do we want to throw him on the wing? Or do we want to just play Noah Gregoire?
Go with Gregor for now. I think, yeah. I mean, there's a few guys scoring in Sen with the Barracuda, but it's not any of our better prospects.
Yeah. I wonder if we should look at signing a forward.
No, it's just going to push our prospects down farther for ice time when they really need it.
No, I meant for our NHL team. We don't have to send them down to the minor leagues. Gregoire, Kopitar, Killorn. I don't know if I like that. Should we put in... Yeah, I'm going to switch and put Gregoire on the 4th line, and I'm going to move Shamalski up. Let's see how that goes. All right. We are still 8 points back of Seattle. 9 points back of LA.
Closer than we were, at least.
No, we're about the same. We were 8 points before. Game versus Pittsburgh. Let's see how we do without Duclair. And we lose our first game, 3-2. We put up 42 shots, though. Kasperi Kapanen beats us. 3 goals. Hat-trick. Jake Bean scores the only goal for us. Oh, no, I missed a goal there. Oops. Anze Kopitar got the other one. Carl Grunstrom is on waivers, but he's only got 4 goals in 14 games. We will roll the dice with the guys we have. All right, with looking at that, I think we're kind of getting to a point where we're going to call the stream not at an hour, but we've over our normal time anyways. And so who knows what'll happen next time? We might be in some big trouble by the time we actually get to a place where we can do something, whether that's a trade deadline or whatever. So as Jeff already mentioned, there is a public beta for our next update out for Steam users. Please see our forums for that information. And of course, you can find out more information, find those links on our places like our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. On Twitter, we are at franchise hockey. You can reach out to us as well on our official Discord, which you can find the link in our Twitter bio, as we previously mentioned. Of course, you can come down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to our official forums. We can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager 7, Out of the Park Baseball, Perfect Team, Out of the Park Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's about it. Appreciate the people can have a look at the open beta on Steam if they're on Steam, and if you see anything wrong, let us know. It's probably the last chance we get to do any sort of changes before we release the update. And then, I mean, inevitably, there's always something something wrong that we have to wind up fixing. Right after we do the last official update release, so there may be one other bug fix, hot fix, the type of thing after that, but it'll be the last big content update this year.
Yes. Which, again, there's been lots of things changed. So, Fish 6 and asks, hello, I've been wondering if you guys were updating players' abilities and potential throughout the year. And the short answer to that is yes, we absolutely are.
Yep, just did a bunch of it. Right, I think I finished up with that on... When did I send it in? Sunday night? Monday night? Sunday night.
Yep. Which also includes, I guess, the next update, or again, the open beta includes the trade deadline changes.
Yeah, yep. And that's the current roster setup.
Yes. So, all right. So thank you very much. And you can see here we just picked up a win as we continue to move forward. So we're 18, 21, and 0, fighting our way back to 500. And we will keep going. And so next week we'll be back with our Cincinnati Stingers It Lives series as we continue to change hockey history as the WHA doesn't fold. Instead, it expands and rebuilds and takes the NHL head on, sort of, kind of.
Into the 80s, yep.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, and we will see you all again next week.